Good morning. I'm Greg Johnson, a member of the Board of Pardons and Parole. And are you Jewel Hendricks?
I am.
Okay. Offender 204129?
Correct.
Okay. Today is set for your original hearing. So we want to talk through some legal things, the offense that brought you here, as well as how you've been doing in prison since then, and potential plans for release, okay? If you have questions as we go along, feel free to ask. Let's go ahead and get you sworn in. Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth and be accurate in today's proceeding?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down. Did you receive at least 7 days' notice of this hearing?
Kind of like a week, but yeah, within 7 days. Yes.
Yeah, about 3. So you feel like you had enough time, like you're prepared?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you receive your disclosure, your blue packet?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions or concerns about your disclosure?
No, I did get my associate's degree.
Yes, I noted that.
I sent the first copy, which was a certificate of completion, but now I have my actual degree.
Okay.
I got that within 9 months. Been waiting for it forever, so, but finally got it. So I'm very happy about that.
I did get that, and I highlighted that on my paperwork. Tell me about that experience getting that degree.
My experience getting my degree, it took me at least 9 years to get my actual degree, but I took my time because I had time on my hands, and I did learn a lot.
Okay.
I learned that college is not easy. College is very hard. But my learning experience with it, I'm pretty much an A, B, C student. So
Good.
My higher education, I'm so proud of myself, and I want to work on my bachelor's degree.
Okay.
If I do get released, I plan on going to college.
Okay.
And
Good.
Further my education.
So what kind of bachelor's degree do you want?
I don't know yet. That's still in the works. I mean, my degree is in Associates of Science, but it's also humanities. So I can pretty much do anything career-wise.
Okay.
So I'm happy about that.
All right. Good. Good for you. So as far as career-wise, are you still feeling kind of wide open, or is there something you want to do?
Kind of wide open right now.
That's all right. That's all right. Good. Okay. And we have some other things to talk about as well. So we'll come back to some of those. But let me get some of these legal things that we need to do. Okay. So you're here for murder, which is a first-degree felony. The sentence is 15 years to life. And the board can release you at any point during that range. To do that, we start with the sentencing guideline. And we can find aggravating factors to go above the guideline or mitigating factors to go less than the guideline. Your guideline is January of 2030, which is 240 months. Does that sound accurate?
I'm going to say yes, because it's 20 years. So it'd be 6 more years with my guideline, which I don't know how that works really, but I hope that everything that I put into and I've done here in prison will help me succeed out there.
Okay.
And I don't know what the guideline would be. I just know it'll be 6 more years, and I tell myself I can do it, but then I'm like, I just want to be released because I want to get back out there into society and be a member of society and get myself well and have the support that I need to succeed off of parole and to be a better person. Because I tell people I'm not what my crime is. I know what I did was wrong, and I take full responsibility. I wasn't I'm a whole changed person now because coming to jail and prison, I've learned a whole lot about myself and how to change myself and my behaviors.
Okay.
And I'm highly educated. I'm very normal now because I'm on my psych meds.
Okay.
And before my crime happened, I was not on my psych meds. And I could have been, I guess, but they said there could have been side effects. But I can't bring my son back. I can't. I really can't. It's going to haunt me for the rest of my life. But and I know it's a sad, sad story, but you know what? I want to get back out there into society and get back to my community and do what I can to become a citizen again to society
Okay.
and to work on myself and to be sober.
Okay. And you've said a lot of important things, and I want to make sure we cover those thoroughly in today's hearing. Okay. So we'll definitely get those on the record. As far as the guideline, you said 20 years, which is 240 months. So that's exactly the same. You get credit for time served. You had 597 days. So I think that's where you and I are a little different. When I said 2030, which is not 6 years from now, that's 5 years from now. That's, I think, the credit for time served. So it's a little less than the 6 years you anticipated. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess just by way of note, we're at 15 years right now.
That's correct.
Okay.
My case is actually 16 years, but yeah, 15 years in prison, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the case number for that is 101900183. So going back to kind of that circumstance in your life, you talked about medication, and you said something that you'd been told or you anticipated some of the side effects would be bad.
Mhm.
What are the side effects you thought that you'd have?
The doctor said while I was pregnant with my twin boys that the side effects would be birth defects.
Okay.
And I was told later on I could have still been on my psych medications and my diabetic medications,
Okay.
which is kind of weird because I found out that the hard way while I've been in prison that somebody had told me that. And I was like, what?
Okay.
And if that was the case, then it wouldn't be here.
You think it might have helped?
It would have helped, yes.
Okay. All right. And I want to be sensitive to everyone that's in the room as far as some of the details of this offense. But did you read the pre-sentence report?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. So as you say, it's a very tragic circumstance. You've talked about the psych meds might have made things a little different, but were there other options or resources or people you could have reached out to?
I could have reached out to all my friends and I tried and I just got rejected. I just want to tell them I'm sorry if I didn't reach out to them because I needed help at that time and I didn't know who else to rely on when I kept getting rejected, saying that they couldn't come help me because they had other circumstances.
Okay.
But if they were there to help me 24/7 with two twin boys, being a first-time mom, like I said, I wouldn't be here.
Okay. And again, I don't want to go into too many of the details about what happened, just to be sensitive to that. We don't have a claim for restitution. Are you aware of any restitution on this?
No, I was told I didn't have to
Okay.
by my public defender at that time, Ryan J. Bichelle.
Okay. Well, none was ordered. And at least according to the reports, it was paid for. The funeral was, or the cremation was
Yeah,
paid
pretty
for
much
by
was
other
that
parties.
being paid to her. Yeah.
Yeah. We usually make a note about whatever the restitution is on our order. So we'll probably make a note that nothing's been claimed. Okay. Is there anything else that you want us to be aware of regarding the offense?
That I had postpartum depression upon depression, and I did not mean to take it out on my son. I meant to take it out on myself. But well, I was pretty much lonely.
Okay.
I couldn't handle a lot of things. I wasn't all there. The way they mentioned in the packet, my case, me a retard was it's not nice. But I can understand where they're coming from with that because I do suffer from mental illness and a learning disability. But that's besides the fact that I know what I did was wrong and I really didn't mean to. I just wanted to pretty much just take it out on myself, and I took it out on my son and I didn't really mean to.
Okay.
And like I said, I can't bring him back. All I can do is look forward to my future, and I know this is going to haunt me for the rest of my life, but I did love my son.
Yeah.
I really did.
It's a lot to bear. Well,
And all I want is for forgiveness. And be a better, just be a better person to my family and my friends that do care about me. That one are my support system still. To this day, they still are. And they all care about me. They all want me to do good. Even when I get released, they want me to do good. They want to be there for me.
Good.
They don't want to see me suffer anymore because they know that I'm a good person. I'm not what my crime is.
Okay.
Accidents happen, things happen, but I'm not a murderer. I tell myself I'm not. And society wanted to make me look like that, and I'm not. I truly have changed, but I still have to accept it, whether I like it or not. And it's hard. It's very hard and challenging at times.
I can imagine it is.
That's why I requested to go to a treatment center, because I know that they'll help me rehabilitate out there. It's felon friendly. Even my friends, hopefully they'll
Good.
accept me. And even if they accept me, I'll be on my best behavior. I don't plan on being a reoffending person.
Well, I can tell you do have good support. And we want to make sure we cover some of these. You talked about being a changed person. We want to make sure we talk a little more about that today too. Okay. So let's move forward to your time in prison. And go ahead and take a minute if you need to. That's fine. So for when you're in prison, they do some things with you. One of those is a risk assessment, the LSR&R. Do you remember doing that?
Oh yeah, 2 times I did with my case manager, Jensen.
Okay. Yeah, and just did one this month.
Yeah, it was like a checkup basically, to see how I was doing and progressing.
Okay, so those risk assessments have domains, areas that can be risky for you, or that could be a strength for you. Did you go over that with your case manager?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What do you think about the risk areas they talked about?
I think some of the risk areas is just making sure that I don't fall back on like reoffending or not obeying direct orders. I've only had it says I have had only 2 write-ups being incarcerated. So those are kind of risk factors. I read back on those and I was like, oh, I was pretty much dumb. I was being stupid at the time. It was stupid stuff, but I learned my lesson.
Okay.
And another risk factor is I don't want to get addicted to drugs anymore.
Okay.
That's why I put no drugs so far, because I want to stay clean and sober. I don't want to have to take my troubles out and do drugs and then get caught and then come back to prison. I don't really want to do that. I don't even want to drink anymore. I don't want to smoke anymore. I just want to be like clean and sober. I just do.
Okay. So you're committed to doing that?
I'm committed to doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Treatment will help me. AA meetings, NA meetings. I've been to several of those being incarcerated here at the Utah State Prison.
Yeah.
I've been able to just have that support with them as well. And they've
Good.
given me a lot of pointers as well as to stay clean and sober. And I like that, you know,
Good.
like that makes me feel good. And if I have to attend groups, I will. I'll do the best that I can to stay clean and sober, because I don't want to be involved in drugs anymore or be around drugs anymore because of the trauma I've been through, especially in here. I've seen it, and I'm just like,
Yeah, it's not an easy
No.
place.
no.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh,
Okay.
even though I've heard horror stories, that's not for me.
Okay. And I do want to talk about more of those things as well. Make sure we get that. So with your case manager, they put together a case action plan. Did you do that together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it has some goals on it for you. Some that you've already, well, several that you've already successfully completed, but tell me about your case action plan.
Well, my case action plan when I first started at prison was kind of different. They just wanted me to be able to get my education done, life skill classes, and a job, basically. And I've done all those to keep myself busy and out of trouble. And they played a big part in my goal setting and to help me be a better person, especially the life skill classes. I mean, those classes are amazing. And I still wish that we had more here at the new prison. But those classes did take a good benefit on me and change me to the person who I am today.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that. I have about 2.5 pages of classes, lots of successful completions on there. So I appreciate that you've put in that work. Of those, can you tell me about one that you felt like was really helpful?
I think MRT, because I wasn't really capped for it, but I wanted to take it because I wanted to see what it was all about. Because I've always heard, oh, MRT is so awesome. It'll help you. Well, back then in Draper, they said it was a time cut, but now it's not. But that it's still recognizable to you board members, knowing that I'm willing to change my behaviors and to look forward to my future and what I want to do. And it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot to change.
Okay, good.
It made me think more outside the box than inside the box.
Okay. Yeah, and we do consider, you're talking about, there are some programs that are a mandatory time cut, but the board does consider all the classes that you take. So, I appreciate that you made the effort
Well, I had nothing else to do but work on myself while being incarcerated.
Okay, well,
especially in jail.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the choice to either try to do positive things while you're here and stay busy with good stuff, or to get involved in things that you shouldn't. So there is a choice.
I am in the Inspire program. I don't know if that was mentioned. It's a good program so far. They're still trying to get up and running, but there's a few things that I am hopeful for the girls that are going to be staying in the program.
Okay.
Even for myself for a minute, we are a community. We work together. We're trying to work with section in the building, another section, to help them. And while I'm at work, I try to do like what they call peer support, even though I'm not in peer support. I feel like I'm still helpful to other girls
Okay.
that are just barely getting here.
Yeah.
Because I've been in their shoes before.
Yeah.
I know like the ins and outs basically of the whole system. Well, used to be new system's different, but just the system overall.
Okay.
And to encourage them to do good, not to get themselves in trouble. I mean, I'm not trying to tell them what to do, but I'm just trying to tell them my inputs of how they can better themselves and show themselves, the board, that they're willing to do it to get their freedom back as well.
Okay. Good. Good. Now, there are a couple write-ups, and I want to be fair that you have a lot of positive, and these write-ups are from 2013. So
Yeah.
that's like it's almost 12 years ago.
It's when I first started prison, and
Yeah.
I was just going with the flow, and people were being mean to me, and some of the officers were even being mean to me at that time. And like I said, it was kind of stupid stuff. It wasn't really planned or anything.
Okay.
It was just me having outbursts at that time and really bad behaviors of just people being mean to me, calling me names, and not understanding where I was coming from.
Okay. So why is it different now? What do you do differently now that you're not getting write-ups?
I changed my whole outlook when I started college.
Okay.
Because they told us no negative C notes, no write-ups. And I was like, okay. And if I want to stay in the education program, I have to follow that. And then on the housing unit, I was doing the same thing. And girls wanted me to do stuff for them. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that for you. I know where it'll lead me, and I don't want to go there. And now that I'm in the high side of this new facility, Matt's is right across from me. And I tell myself every day, it's not worth it. Just let it go. Don't just worry about yourself. Don't worry about them. And someone told me that same thing. They said, Jewel, you need to focus on yourself, do you, and don't worry about what anybody else does or says.
Okay.
Unless you are comfortable with them, then it's okay. But other than that, no.
Okay. Now,
That's what keeps me out of trouble. I just keep myself
Good.
busy with work too.
Yeah.
I work at commissary and I love commissary.
Yeah.
It's like a warehouse job. And it's really nice. I've worked there for about 9 years.
Okay.
And I just keeps me busy, keeps my hands busy, keeps my mind off of things.
Okay.
It just makes me feel happy.
All right.
And I feel like I'm giving back to my community that way by bagging the items for all of the prisons, I should say. And it's a great job. And the bosses love me. They know that I'm a really good hard worker and I do the best that I can.
Yeah, they have positive, a lot of positive C notes too. So, okay. You kind of mentioned that early on that people were mean to you, and I would imagine they're probably still mean people out there.
Yeah, I just stay away from them. I don't even talk to them.
Okay.
I just ignore them.
Just ignore them.
Yep. But then every once in a while, sometimes I just have to be civil. Because I don't want to get my anger too high up like I used to and telling the other people all about themselves.
Okay.
Which I used to do. I outbursted like that. I was an ornery, mean person. And I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I try to look for the positive instead of the negative.
Well, it seems to be working for you.
Make good choices, not bad choices.
Okay, good. Very good. How's your mental health?
Pretty good right now because I'm stabilized on my meds. Sometimes I do get depressed. Like today, my anxiety's through the roof, but I'll be okay. Emotional, but I'll be okay. I just tell myself, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And then I just try to find something that I love to do, and then okay for the rest of the day. I just try to tell myself, I'm gonna be okay. And if I do get depressed or something, I tend to go walk or
Mhm.
even go outside, get some fresh air
Okay.
and just compose myself and calm my nerves. I also do meditation. Meditation's really good. It helps with my mental state as well. And I like nature, so I like being outside, especially the sun. It helps with my mental health as well. I was
Yeah.
getting natural vitamin D,
Yeah, get that sunlight.
so it keeps me sane. Without my meds, I'm I'm just a wreck.
But you said you're stable on them, you're able to
I'm
get them.
stabilized now.
All right.
My plan is staying stabilized.
Okay. Well, let's talk about potential plans for release. What do you mentioned a few things like getting your bachelor's, but tell me a little more about your release plan.
Oh, so I plan on getting a job out there that will accept felons, of course. I plan on trying to get my own place eventually once I get stabilized on my feet.
Yeah.
I plan on giving back to my community just by doing acts of service and kindness.
Okay.
Like giving back to the homeless shelters or the hospitals or just something. So that way I can still be a part of the community by doing that.
And you wrote forklift operator.
Yeah.
Do you have a certification for that?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
got my certification a couple days ago.
Well, that's very good.
Yeah, I'm not very good really, but I'm getting there. The test was really hard, but I only missed like 3 questions, but everything's changed on the forklift certification.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I like that job. That job's fun.
And then how will you make sure you get your medication?
I plan on going to Weber Human Services if I can in Ogden, to check in with the make sure I get a therapist if I need one, get my medications stabilized. If I have to have another evaluation done, that's fine on my mental health meds. Physically, I plan on going to see a doctor to get my diabetes in check because here they haven't treated my diabetes the way that they should. I should be on an insulin pump and they don't want to give me one because I'm full blown. But so far my diabetes is doing okay. So I just plan on seeing a doctor and get everything taken care of. I have some surgeries I need to get done, so I want to get those done. And hopefully just go from there.
And when you get out, there'll certainly be challenging situations, stressful situations. You talked about anxiety. You talked about that. It's a
Yeah,
new
it's a whole
world.
new world out there. I know. I'm deprived. I'm not that deprived because I do watch the news. So I do have a TV, so I kind of know what's going on in the world, but I'm just not physically out there. So that's going to be a cultural shock.
Okay.
It already has been a couple times because I had to go to the University of Utah for a couple of things, and it's definitely a culture shock. I was kind of like, whoa, you know, even if I was in the car, I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's different.
Yeah. Well, I want to encourage you to reach out for help. Because you said that was one of the things you felt rejected when you did ask for some help. And, you're a parole agent, if you start to struggle with things, it's not working out, make sure you reach out to the agent early. Don't wait for things to get bad.
Oh, no, I plan
And
to be honest and truthful with them.
yeah, and you talked about friends and that they would help you too. So I'm sure you have some options, but
Yeah.
you have to do.
Yeah, I just want to say that I've gained a lot of experience being incarcerated. That's for sure. I've learned a lot about the law while being incarcerated.
Okay.
I'm pretty smart now, so I tell myself every day, you're smart. You're not dumb. You're smart. And all my friends at work tell me, you know what? You're gonna do awesome. You're awesome. And that just encourages me to be a good person, you know,
Good.
inside and out for everybody I love and care about, even though I've had family members die in here. I know that they would be very proud of me right now.
Okay.
Very proud.
All right.
I lost my grandma not too long ago. It's gonna be like 2 years here in a little bit. And to tell you the truth, she was my focus. But I know she said that I would come out with a good head on my shoulders and that I would do good out there. And to just learn from this as an experience, learning experience.
Okay.
Make it good or bad. Either way, I've learned bad and I've learned good now, and I plan on just worrying about the good now, not the bad.
Let me tell you where we go from here. The board makes decisions by majority vote, so at least 3 of the 5 board members have to agree on any release decision. We take these things very seriously. It'll probably be about 2 weeks, and we'll send you a decision in writing. We also post those on our website, so you'll be able to see as soon as we make a decision. But are there other things that you think we need to consider as we look at this decision?
I just want to let you guys know that like I said, I know what I did was wrong and I take full responsibility. I do have remorse. I did the best I could as a mom, and it's very hard to be a first-time mom and not know anything. And that I'm not alone. I've learned of other women with the same kind of case. And I don't judge them, and I don't want to be too much judged for what I did. I know that I've done a lot in prison and I've come a long ways. Even the officers say that I'm a model inmate because I don't get in trouble. And just my whole experience in Utah State Prison it was rough. But now I want a good outcome if all possible. I do plan to do good out there.
Okay.
If you guys just consider what I've done and in prison, not crime wise, but in prison, and that I do plan to keep SMART goals in mind. I plan on keeping those goals and set those goals and hopefully accomplish them. And I just want you guys to have compassion if you can for me.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, just thank you for letting me take this time to experience what I've done to do with my time, and that hopefully other inmates will consider how to do their time the right way, not the wrong way. And that I know deep within my heart that I'm a good person, and I want you guys to know that I'm a good person, not what my crime is.
Okay. Thank you, and that concludes our hearing.